Greetings everyone, Agion here with another Company Heroes 2 replay. Spawn on the north side as the OKW player, we have Along Came a Spider. Spawn on the south side as a Soviet player, we have Minnie. Going for immediate combat engineers. He's going to plan to build tier 1 or tier 2? Tier 1 looks like we're going to have some penal play. Or the clown car rush. Probably both. Any doctrines for guards? Yes, we do have one doctrine for guards. He could stall off for guards. Got guard rifle combined arms, guard motor coordination, as well as terror tactics. Over on the OKW side, you can see elite armor, Overwatch, and Luftwaffe. Engineers capturing up at this point of here. They will be outgunned by Storm Pioneers, even at long range. But if there's two of them there, the combat engineers could win out at a pretty good range. He's just going around capping. He knows his advancement is quite slow right now, or assault capabilities. So just going around capturing, getting some good engagements, not playing aggressively is a good idea. This combat engineer just sort of running around. Getting inside that structure could be pretty good. Combat engineers do quite well inside structures. And we've got the first penal squad now out, as well as a scout car. Third squad of Volksgrenadier, so no Kubelwagen.
I have the men ready. Retreating is not an act of cowardice. Engineer standing by. We have a new scout car at our disposal.
So which squad is going to be the Flamer squad? Most likely this one. It's far back, kept in munitions. Still a bit away of about a minute so away for munitions for a flamethrower. So he's going to pop it in there, go around capturing up, and then rush forward with the flamethrower. Penal squad, where may you be at? We do have the penal squad getting some good flanking hits here. No flying use of those sandbags. And we also got the combat engineers running in close and actually soaking quite a bit of damage, saving the penals from getting any additional wounds. With the structure being garrisoned, penal squad will like this positioning since there's only one window on this side. Scout car is here. Flamer not enough munitions just yet. He sees the scout car.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
And we do have the Volksgrenadier catching up over here. Looks like he's going to go rush down that squad with Flamer. All by lonesome, doesn't have any snares just yet. We do got the Veg Cannon Warfare out in the build, immediately realizing, yeah, probably should get that. When the models do go down for the Volksgrenadier, Flamer is complete. Immediately starts bursting down, does capture that point entirely. Perhaps he should have withdrew sooner knowing the Flamer was going to be there, but opting to capture it. Is the Flamer sort of missing? Here's a B. Got the flame car now rushing around. This would be excellent structure. Even a single burst would do a significant amount of damage. The vehicle was quite wounded, but thanks to the combat engineers, they can repair it. This squad looks like eyeing for, nope, not a soft retreat, but will get way outgunned. Storm Pioneers getting pretty good engagement, but was in negative ground, dropping a model immediately, and the penal squad do fall back. We do got a squad of conscripts as well as another squad of penals now out on the field. The retreat, was that a bit of a misclick? I suppose not. Trying to reinforce it, and looks like he has his battle group HQ, but doesn't have medics just yet, so it's either A, going to rely on medical crate, or B, just there to reinforce. Ooh, a lot of wounding. At this point, a medical crate may be necessary, just so you got something more immediate. Yeah, looks like he's moving something ground. Yeah, there we go. He needs to get healing out on the field now. If he keeps them all together, he can keep the other two medical crates and grab those if he really needs to be on the move. Conscript squad will get easily overwhelmed. This is very blobby style, but we saw the medical crates earlier, so the blobbing is actually understandable to a degree. With that Battle Group HQ now out, he has access to Faust, which means this scout car's days are quite limited, especially the number of guys here. One Faust can easily make it, put it down low enough to be shot. Oh, satchel charge, satchel charge, satchel charge, satchel charge. Oh, that was deadly to say the least. Now it's going to be a huge toll on the manpower. There's also a pair of STGs now being upgraded on those, finished upgrading on those squads as well. Do we see medics back at home for the Soviet? Yes, we do. I think that what caused that satchel charge being so effective was the fact that he was running forward, but I think there were so many models there, they were getting caught up on each other. Thus, the whole lobster bucket where they pull each other down, keep them in the explosion. We do got smoke being thrown on out. It is a Fallschirmjäger flyer, and that's actually sort of interesting. I don't think he's reinforced all of his squads just yet. Yeah, so he called those Fallschirmjägers in when he's still reinforcing, so the other unit's going to be a bit delayed. He did reinforce one squad at a time, and that was a pretty good burst from the Fallschirmjägers there. An excellent squad. The squad in behind the light cover, they're out of range now. Luckily there's some light cover thanks to that satchel charge. The Fallschirmjägers are engaging, they're in no cover, but they do have pretty good target size, so they can sustain being out of cover for a time. And overall the Soviet units are pretty overwhelmed. We could see some STGs on this squad as well. He doesn't need to worry about having a squad picking up slot items because he's fighting against the Soviets. We do got a T-70 out on the build queue.
Support package received. Capture complete. No enemy activity. Grenadiers operational. Target secure.
Ooh, nice landmine. Spots the squad, does force him to withdraw. There is an opportunity to rush him down with Flamer up to the point of the flak guns. And he will only get one more model. Does it avoid the flak guns just barely. Now we got the Sturm Pioneers here. They are still receiving fire. Only one of the models are actually shooting back. And we do got the T-70 in the field. Nice distraction with the scout car. It was meant to be a sacrificial lamb to gauge the cannon warfare. Does get a good burst off onto it, but doesn't actually get anything more than that. We do got some PTSHs on the conscripts. So the doctrine selected was the Uncommon Guard Rifles Combined Arms tactic, so we may see some KV-1s and ML-20s. Overall, this OKW player is forced back. I heard an explosion somewhere. Probably, no, those are the two members of a Fallschirmjäger squad who stumbled upon a Soviet landmine.
Fresh guards troops are standing by.
The squad of Fallschirmjägers on the field. Remember, Fallschirmjägers no longer have the Panzerfaust. He needs a sheer Panzer Quarters in order to get more FG-42s on his Fallschirmjägers. Do we see a... no SWS half-track. He has plenty of fuel, just no manpower. Probably thanks to that satchel charge. 70 now rolling over here. Looks like potentially another mine was detonated, or maybe just the
The sector is
bits
at
left
risk.
over from the Volksgrenadier. Oh, we do got a squad of guards out as well, which of course have both the DPs and the PTRS. Here to C70 now rolling on over here. Multiple squads of Faust here. The Kenworth setting up in a nice position. Will get a nice shot off. One good hit. Required another hit and a Faust. Will not even get the second hit off. A Flamer squad here will do a significant amount of damage, but these not very exactly bunched up. Only minor AoE effect. And the Fulging Jaegers just rip apart the low health squad there. There is a Soviet mine there. A very defensive mine, which will help snare any rushing down tank. Auto grenade throws on out, does do a nice dodge forward. PPSH is being quite effective. PPSH conscripts are actually a more rare thing since the 7-man squad is so well rounded. E70 now rolling on forward. Piano squad are forced back. He's trying to go with Faust here. It's not fully repaired, but it's probably just repaired just enough. DP's ripping apart the squad as well. That Volksgrenadier is in danger of being wiped by the T-70. Guard squad, if they were to rush towards this area here, he potentially could have got some more DP shots. And now we do have the Sure Panzer quarters setting on up. Looks like a shoe mine here was cancelled. Looks like it will commence repairing, building it. No squad and guards are here. I hear the T-70. Looks like they're engaging the Volksgrenadier. The Volksgrenadier are doing a good job of applying a lot of capping pressure thanks to his 5 squads of infantry and Sturm Pioneers. Ocean Makers here have received quite a bit of damage, but they are still alive. Sturm Pioneers could rush forward and throw a stun. Mine has been swept right there. And there goes the
enemy has killed another infantry squad.
what's it called? The
Enemy forces are attempting to capture
on the
our
engineer
territory.
squad. Nice little pickup. It is a Flamer squad. The Flamer squad was bound to be less effective as the game goes on. And we do have still one other combat engineer, so he still has repairs for his T-70. First set of FG-42s are now available. Penal squad moving on forward. Over here, Penal's capturing on up. Overall, it seems like the Soviet roster seems a little bit lackluster, but he is getting a T-34 out. Not going saving up for our KV-1, going for the much more sooner T-34, which comes with sooner what, by 45, 55 fuel. It is 90 fuel, and the KV-1 is 145, so getting out quite soon. Potentially we'll see an ML-20 to help boot, but we don't see a lot of support weapons in order for the ML-20 to be super effective.
We have a new T-34 standing by.
T-34-76 is now out, which is an excellent unit versus all the infantry. For the OKW player, we do have Panzer Opposition has been researched, so Panzer IV would be a great counter to the T-34 or the Jagdpanzer IV. Could save up for a Panther, but Panther wouldn't be half bad if once he knows about the PPSHs, and if I remember correctly, only one doctrine he had selected. So if he remembers what doctrine loadout he has, he can make a reasonable assumption of what doctrine to understand what doctrine Soviets go for, and knows that KV-1s are the maximum possibility in armor. If I explain my reasoning well enough. And he's actually going to rush down this Volksgrenadier squad. No landmines here. He could potentially get snared right there. The flak gun providing enough damage. And we do also have the Beckenwerfer setting on up. Does get a nice pen there. As I was saying before, a Panther, while a bit overkill at this point, is a possibility for when a KV-1 comes out. A Panzer IV is a good all-rounder, which he is going for. The Jagdpanzer is another good item because it is an excellent anti-vehicle unit which can easily fight against KV-1s. Panzer IV will have trouble versus the KV-1s if he goes for it. I have a good opinion about KV-1s, but I know not everybody has that same opinion. True mine here, Panzer IV moving on forward. Pinto mount being researched. We could see a oh, it has 2 squads of guards out. Didn't see that. We could see a button vehicle here. The Beckenwerfer super wounded, decides to fall it back. T-34 receiving repairs. He could stand for rebuilding his other squad of combat engineers if he gets another vehicle out. Something to note is we do have a bulletin for T-34 penetration, which is actually quite important for the matchup versus the Austere Panzer IV, because it has a lot of armor.
Anti-tank battery is ready for deployment.
That Volksgrenadier squad does fall back. The T-70 could rush it down, but decides not to. Ooh, good hit. True Mine's still alive. We do got another T-34. Guess if we really want to make use of that bulletin. Frag Incendiary Grenade does get thrown out. Oh! What was that? Was that a... Oh, guards frag that was. I was confused. I saw one grenade and all of a sudden I saw the... Oh, the pop-up.
The enemy still has 300 points.
The Beckenwerfers are here, which is very understandable, and especially versus... soon to be 2 T-34s. The T-70 has been queued up and just supporting the T-34. Well, I feel like I'm getting my words all jumbled up.
T-34 ready for combat.
Good hit there. And we also have the hold fire state, not even prioritize fire, which is a bit uncommon. It does turn it off now. T-34 is here. Will definitely spot both those Beckenwerfers. He will skirt out the edges. The Beckenwerfers do have a good positioning right here. 2 snares do get thrown out now, but does only snare the T-70. Good hit there. The Beckenwerfer setting on up. There is the other T-34 is here. The Beckenwerfers are not deployed, and now we do have the Loiter now out on the field. Do we see the sheer Panzer IV activated? No, we do not.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Sheer Panzer Quarter still is not activated. A bit of oversight in my opinion. Panzer IV has received some health now. Oh, but it was a great hit by the T-34 on top of Sturm Pioneers. I'm not sure if the T-34 has enough health to withstand another shot, but boom! I think actually the landmine killed it. When that guards squad tripped it, it actually blew up the T-34. I think. People destroyed, so maybe it was a Panzer IV, or maybe that's how the hit registry works. I don't know. He does have another squad of combat engineers out. Good for repairs. Kenworth's receiving quite a bit of damage. Overall, the VPs are heavily in favor of the Soviet player, ahead by over 300. Another Panzer IV, probably the best thing to have right now, due to the fact that we see T-34s. Though there's approaching enough. Ooh, great hit. Oh, that could be a dead Volks. Oh, looks like he's researched AT grenades in order to support his single conscript squad. Makers could utilize this carcass for some heavy cover. This guard squad will get overwhelmed easily by the Volkswagen Jaegers. And there is plenty of munitions for the airborne assault. And in fact, we do got the Soviet loiter coming on in. Do we see the activation of the sheer Panzer quarters? We don't yet. Makes me wonder if he sort of just forgot about it and can do that. And actually, the Panzer IV shot down one of the aircraft. Second T-34 out on the build queue. So yeah, at this point, wait, what are all the files on the wrong side? I was wondering, what is the Soviet players plan to do? The KV-1 is definitely a good counter to the T-34 or an Su-85. So I think the KV-1 is a better option. We hit right there. Ooh, that is a very low health Mechanic Warfare. We do got a strafe coming in. It's the OKW, the airborne assault coming on in. Volkswagen can also now reinforce on the field. We do got Valiant Assault being activated as well. There's still a double cap against him. He needs to go capturing up multiple points at once. He can send his Volkswagen down to this point. T-34 can support them as well. Do we see any more Soviet mines? We see one here. And that appears to be it. Also this one. Valiant Assault activated. The Soviet player just needs to fall back. He can't really engage those units while without in effect. Fresh Panzer IV is now out. Those roll a miss. Those receive a pen. Frag grenade gets thrown out now. Does not kill a Volksgrenadier. I thought that was going to be a dead Volks. The Panzer IV rolls a miss. How many engineers here getting way outgunned? They could easily get wiped. Oh, the mine gets only tripped by the cannon warfare. So he does lose that combat engineer squad. He's getting Su-85 out on the field, which is a good tank destroyer. Though he's going to be fighting against 2 Kenilworthers and 2 Panzer IVs. He honestly could use the ML-20 now if he had enough manpower. Or Katusha, something indirect fire to engage those Kenilworther.
The enemy is taking what we have secured. The enemy has found us!
Heavy cover here is quite good for the Volksgrenadier. PBS stations are trying to run on forward, but it's not exactly great engagement for them. But luckily there's some penal squads here. Panzer IV receiving... Oh, may see a... Yes, we will see an AT satchel. And Su-85 does hit. That's a dead Panzer IV. Nice pickup for the Soviet player, taking out one of those Panzer IVs. Now this Su-85 only has one target for the engage, which is not exactly in a great position. Rolls a miss there. T-34s are here. No snares. Panzer IV receiving significant amounts of fire. Will use a line of sight blocker to escape. The Kenilworthers are forced on back. The OKW player still has 2 Kenilworther, which means it's a lot of AT, though he may lose one. No, he does not. But overall, losing that Panzer IV is a big deal. But he still has plenty of options to help ward away against all the vehicles. Currently, there's no points captured whatsoever. That's just unusual to see.
Engineers ready for assignment.
A squad of combat engineers are very necessary in order for repairs. At this point, or the ML-20 would be great for the Soviet player. And I will probably go for the ML-20 just because it's a doctrinal item that you never really use.
Use that LMG as you were instructed.
The Valiant Assault has been activated. These squads will get ripped apart. They need to fall back. There's just way too many squads here.
You appear suited for command.
And yeah, that is the Valiant Assault, meant for that one spot apparently. Looks he's now going to retask to the center VP. This point has been decaptured. This point has been fully captured.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
More shoe mines being deployed on out. He does not have enough munitions for the loiter. He can cancel the mine in order to call in the loiter. And we're first to engage 2 good hits, forcing back the T-34.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Passive healing for the Volksjägers. Have a hold fire state on, which means he will just wait there, keep the point captured, preventing it, and hope he doesn't get spotted. Su-85 is here, T-34 being repaired, T-70. I have 3 source efficiency. We do got the loiter being cast out and out. And doing some good damage on top of Volksgrenadier. Kusha now out on the field. Oh, one of the aircraft takes out one of the models of the... Nope, he's reinforcing. This shoe mine here is on top of the Kenilworther. Nice stun there, but the shoe pioneers are forcing back. And here comes the Katusha barrage. Does retreat back nice and early. Does lose a couple models of the Kenilworther. The Volksgrenadier trying to rush on forward, but gets suppressed by the detonation of the landmine. Forces back the Volksgrenadier. We do got another Valiant Assault being activated. The Panzer IV super wounded. going in. Does activate the combat blitz. Does get a nice hit there. Does roll a bounce. The Panzer IV being quite successful. Multiple bounces. More bounces. And while this point is being captured, this point is being captured by the Soviet player. So the Soviet player will still have a cap in his favor.
The enemy has only 50 points remaining.
Good hits by the guards.
Supply sector under attack.
This point is being kept secure thanks to the Volksgrenadier. The Volksgrenadier's crew rush on forward. Still plenty of fuel for the Soviet player, just lacking manpower. This point could be stopped being captured if the Volksgrenadier's ruler run forward, but he will decapture the point and does fall back. Fuel point has been decaptured and actually being fully captured by the Soviet player. Top VP, I thought he captured that, and he must have. Yep, seen some bodies there. He must have. The OKW player must have decaptured it. And this penal squad is getting ripped apart by all the automatic weapons fire. And whippers are here. We do got a button, but nothing to capitalize on it. And there we go. Got the withdrawal. We do got the Katusha coming in, and was that a squad wipe? I think that was a Volk squad that went down. Ocean Makers here will ward away the. Ooh, and there goes a penal squad.
Infantry has been killed. Death before retreat.
Panzer IV does have its rear armor exposed, but the S-35 has a high penetration rate. That's only a concern if he's fighting against a T-34. I think. Or there is a small chance that S-35 does bounce on a Panzer IV on the frontal armor. AT grenade does connect. Great hits there. S-35 2 shots away from death. So is the Panzer IV. Make that one shot now. The cannon woofers are moving forward. Looks like he's going force fire to the ground, but look, there's a cannon woofer here diverting his movement path. The Valiant Assault has been activated. Frag grenade does get thrown out on the Volksgrenadier. Does force him back, and the point is secured. And fresh Volksgrenadier squad has been reinforced. Where's the Panzer IV? Right here. May see a nice ambush. You can activate the camouflage. Good hits, one cannon warfare shot, and that's all is needed.
We are suffering vehicle losses.
That was Dishka from the base MGs. Nothing in his roster can deploy Dishka. Oh, but you got a frag being thrown on out. Does get one of the models. The guard squad will ward away the Volksgrenadier squad, but he may not get the capture off in time. Su-85 repositioning. It is not at full health, but I think he can still withstand 3 shots before death. Does get a nice shot there. No, based on the health of the Panzer IV, I think the Su-85 will not withstand an extra shot. Su-85 trying to hunt down the Panzer IV. There are some combat engineers repairing it. You got guards moving up the center of the map. He could activate the firing positions. Ocean Maker's ripping that squad apart. Stopping the capture once again. We do got another Katusha barrage coming on in. Eyeing for those squads, but they already repositioned. The beginner weapon may get splashed a bit. One last volley coming on in. And yeah, not a whole lot of damage. Good hit there by the cannon morpher. Even though that squad was stealth, they were quite bunched up. One wrong shot could have wiped out the entire squad.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies. We have a new T-34 standing by.
Oh, there was actually a Soviet flare there. He could get potentially a Faust. Yes, he will get the Faust and activating the airborne assault, trying to get the Reuters. But the Ju-87s that with the anti-tank guns will take some time to actually arrive. Will pin down one of the combat engineers. This squad, this T-34 may still receive the AT strafes. And actually did receive an AT strafe, but only get hit by one of the bullets.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Guards captured the northern VP. This central VP. Oh, how did that happen? And this heavy engine damage, main gun destroyed. I think that's what the T-34 is eyeing for, trying to hit that Jagdpanzer. That miss could actually got the kill. And there goes the T-34. How did that Jagdpanzer get hit so much? Katusha barrage could. That Katusha barrage is just in the wrong, or the shots just absolutely missing. Gets the Volksgrenadier squad. And there goes the Jagdpanzer. This engine's still snared. So he's just inching away. He still has the Sturm Pioneers. 4 stars of efficiency. Has the points for the increased repairs. Jägers fighting using the Su-85 as cover. Can he use enemy vehicles as cover? You can use vehicles as cover, but can he use enemy vehicles as cover? Engine is now repaired. He can go ahead and put it back into combat.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Su-85, 2 stars of veterancy, so close to 3 stars of veterancy. I think one more pen will do it. Bishop barrage coming on in. This is an excellent spot for it. And it's good. Wipes out one of the cannon warfare. Could outright destroy it. Bolshevik is receiving huge amounts of fire as well. Oh, was that creeping barrage? Or maybe not. It could have been a creep. Was that creeping barrage? Can't tell because they're both on cooldown. I think that was a creeping barrage. Oh, looks like we've got the tracking. You don't see that ability being used every day. Another Panzer IV out in the field. No snare. Wouldn't do much anyways. But the Penal Squad here could potentially use the building as cover to snare the Panzer IV. And multiple misses by the Vet 3 S-35. I'm actually sort of surprised about that.
Losing territory. Retreat.
Throws another miss. Buchananworfer does get a nice pen right there. This T-30 Panzer IV is coming in for a nice flanking shot. Does get a pen right there. Do we see a ram? I think a ram is necessary.
Victor is at risk.
And there goes two medium tanks.
The enemy has destroyed one of our vehicles.
Another valiant assault. That could be a dead guard squad. Good pen right there. Throws out a bundle grenade there. And thanks to the smoking wreckage, the guard squad does in fact live. Ocean Leaguers now moving on forward. 5 stars of veterancy, but still no Faust.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Panzer IV decides to drift at low speeds. Ooh, good hit there. Penal Squad is being prone to be wiped, but it looks like it's unlikely. Oh, the Buchananworfer are sitting up on a great position here, able to shoot through this overhang.
Losing supplies to the enemy.
Could be a wreckage here for the OKW. No, too far away, too towards the enemy's base to be salvaged. Though these wreckages here could be salvaged. He's also getting a Panther out in the field, something heavier to engage the Soviet vehicles. Oh, Purdue got the IL-2s coming in once again. Do I hear a Katusha barrage? Yes, we do see a Katusha barrage. Great hits. The IL-2 is getting some really good hits. Ooh, that Volksgrenadier squad may be dead. And he does spot the Soviet mines being planted, and common engineers are actually a bit wounded. Good hit by the T-34. It's the unvetted one, so getting some good hits. Oh, he lost his vetted one, actually.
Forces are neutralizing a sector.
And they're now here, but we don't see enough munitions for an AT satchel. We do see enough for an AT grenade. Doesn't get us a ram off or anything like that. S-35 3-star emergency, so it's the increased mobility. Great hits on top of the Panther. Guard squad here, not enough for a button. It does activate the combat blitz right in the middle of his opponent's base, and there goes the Su-85. Button does activate. Ugh. I think if you were to spend the munitions on that conscript squad for an AT grenade, he could have saved the Su-85, preventing the advancement of the Panther tank, and does take out that Panzer IV with the landmine we saw way back when. I would say this entire game was decided by that one lack of AT grenade. If the conscript squad would have got the AT grenade, the Panther would have been unable to push forward, and the S-35 could have lived. And the Panzer IV probably would have went down over here rather than over here. Though the OKW player does lack a bit of infantry. He only has 2 squads of Volkswagen Jaegers and a single squad of Volks. Sturm Pioneers are needed for repairs. Frag Grenade does get thrown on out. Minor damage, but he's not currently stopping the capture. If OKW players take it so low, he may just want to keep the Volksgrenadier squad up here at all times. Because he just can't allow that place to be captured. Does throw a bonus grenade. Great bonus grenade, actually. He needs to stop and shoot. And that's a down guard squad. Using those guards is actually really important because he needs capping pressure. He needs to capture the VPs. He just needs to play the VPs out for a small amount of time in order to win the game. Or at this rate, he will lose. He's lost almost all his vehicles. We do have a KV-1 out in the field. The Katyusha actually went down in all the engagements by the Panzer IV as well. Great hit by the KV-1. And he gets the wipe on the Sturm Pioneers. That is very important because now there's no repairs for the Panther. He's going to need to rebuild the Sturm Pioneers or build the Mechanized HQ, which is a bit more far-fetched. Actually, it looks like he is going to go for the Mechanized HQ. Doesn't absolutely need repairs at this moment, thanks to the fact that the Panthers are quite at nearly at full health. We got the penal squad up here capturing up. There's a capture in favor of the Soviet player at this moment. This point will take quite a bit of time to capture up. This point will be captured. I think that's actually game. A1 is distracting the Panther. We do have some handful of AT rifles here. And that's the point captured. He just needs to suicide and keep this guy on this point. And that's game. Playing the VP game, what one of the Soviet player, I thought he would have lost it after losing all his vehicles, but thanks to his gameplay of just capturing the VPs constantly, he won the game. This is Agion saying thank you for watching and signing off.